Hi all. I hope you can hear me. If you could just let me know if I am loud enough. Okay, hi. So I'm Dr. Indu Tandon and I'm here to help you out with some exercises that one can do at home and avoid a stiff neck, a stiff spine, and your joints, which would be hurting. So now, as all of us know, that we all have been at home for a while now, and there has been a lot of work for home at home, right? So for everybody, each one of us who are spending hours together in sitting, it's very important to understand some facts which we may have not got into while we continue doing our work. So I've seen videos where each one of us is into a fitness routine and we are doing like really good exercises at home, different types of different dumbbells and various types, which is all very good and one must continue doing that. But we should not forget that there is something which at every moment, every hour of our work, one must just remember so that you have a healthy orthopedic system, right? So let's quickly look into certain things that each one of us would be undergoing today while working at home, or this is even applicable if you are sitting for long hours in your office, right? So prolonged sitting for almost, so research has shown that we all sit for an average of 9.3 hours a day. We don't even realize, but if you count the number of hours that you spend in front of the television, in your car, driving, at home, at work, eating, there's so much of sitting involved in each activity. So if we sum up all, and we cross almost 8 hours a day, which is equivalent to smoking a pack of cigarette. That is the kind of negative effect it has on our body. Now let's stick to the ill effects in terms of the orthopedic conditions here now. Okay, so if we sit for a long time on the table for doing our work, what do you think your posture is like after some time? So just to give you an example, if I'm sitting to work, right? If this is my posture and I continue working, do you realize that after some time, maybe this is how we are and we continue working or we keep writing, this is how I look? So do you see my head much forward without me realizing because I'm engrossed with work? Now what happens is that we have a center of gravity which is passing through us. Now if we push our head forward, we are shifting the center of gravity which is straining all these muscles, right? So basically you see you have a lot of stiffness here and you want to stretch out. So the strain comes because we maintained a wrong biomechanical principle we are following. So if we look forward, we strain our muscles. So now there are some quick fixes that one needs to understand for this. So when you're engaged in your activity, make sure that you set a mental clock, okay, and every 10 to 15 minutes, keep a check on how one is doing. So if I'm sitting, maybe just 15 minutes to 20 minutes, you can check on, oh, is my head forward? Then can I just correct it? I'll show you the correction. But you need to keep reminding yourself because the brain is going to connect to your muscles faster if you keep doing this exercise regularly. So this becomes a very important part which each one of us must do. So what we call it is a movement break. When you sit for long hours, divide your day. Okay, don't continue sitting for 1 hour or 2 hours because the static pressure in the muscle which builds up in the joints in the muscles, okay, is that's what is going to cause damage gradually to us, right? So if we break that pattern, if we break the static energy and give our body some movement, that is going to help us long term. So how do we do that? So we need to take movement breaks. Movement breaks is move more. So now you may ask me that if I'm in a meeting or I'm doing my work, I can't get up every 10-15 minutes and take a break. So fair enough, that's not possible for each one of us when we are in the middle of something important. But what you could do, so if I'm sitting and I am working, right? Mental clock is something which you can be aware of. So if you're working maybe after every 15-20 minutes, just make sure has your chin moved forward. If it has, do a chin tuck, which is aligning my neck. So you just need to glide your chin from this position to in. So this is just a gliding in position, right? So you can keep reminding yourself how to glide in. Now as you glide in between maintaining this position, you can just give a neck stretch. Relax. Glide in, slightly look up, relax, and just relax yourself. So you need not do 10-15 of these at that time. So if you feel you're in the middle of something very important, then definitely this is one thing which you can keep correcting. Now the second thing, what we call as dynamic sitting. Now you'll ask me, what is dynamic sitting? When sitting is a static posture. So dynamic sitting is when we can make this activity also a little more active so that our muscles don't remain in that positions for long. So if I'm sitting and if you can look at my pelvic area, okay, and I can continue working, but at the same time, I can do a movement with my pelvis. So I can keep rocking. I can keep rocking my pelvis forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. I can even start shifting weight. That if I come to my right, I can shift my weight to my left, to my right, to my left, right? So these are things that you can, while working, also start incorporating in your daily routine, right? Keep moving the pelvis, keep moving the pelvis, just keep moving the pelvis. Again, keep stretching, just do a chin tuck. Feel your crown, that's the top of your head, being lifted up. Just keep, so these are more of imagery exercises where you need to imagine that that's what is happening to you. So once you do that, you will start feeling the lengthening of the spine. Once you lengthen, you will release all the tension around the spinal cord, right? So this is something which you can think of. So do a chin tuck. This, you can keep elongating your spine, maintain your alignment. Think of your head right below a straight line. Think of the pelvis connected down to the line. Keep moving it, keep moving it. You can go sidewards also, right? So this is something which one could do even if you're in the middle of a meeting, okay? Now, maybe you can't see the foot position, but even when I'm sitting, I can keep keep moving my ankles up and down. I can keep moving and stretching my calf muscle because my calf is basically the second heart of the body. So I need some exercise even if I know I'm going to sit for some time today, right? So keep moving the ankle up, down. So keep doing your ankle movements. Now this is one thing when you are in the middle of a meeting or something important and you would not want the other person to really know that you started stretching out. But there is something else which you can regularly do on the desk area. Now, if you are sitting for long, just remember one thing. For sure, every 15-20 minutes, just get up. So you just need to get up, just stand, just keep walking. Maybe you can go on your toes, activate your calf muscles. Now the second very important thing which we all must remember, when we sit, we are stretching our hip muscles. Our hip muscles are a very important group of muscles. So what we call as gluteal amnesia, that's when you sit for long, your hip muscles forget how to um, activate themselves and how to be used. So if you are spending hours together, you are stretching out that muscle and it is losing the strength. So just remember, this is your hip muscle, right? Even in standing, you can squeeze your buttocks. Squeeze your buttocks together. Squeeze the buttocks as if you're holding the tailbone together, right? So the buttocks holding the tailbone. You can keep squeezing. Now this exercise can also be done if you're sitting on the chair. Nobody can even really realize that you're doing it. But squeeze the buttocks. Keep giving signal to the brain that yes, I'm activated. Okay, so strengthening of your hip muscles becomes very important on a daily routine if you are sitting for long, because that is the muscle which gets affected the most. Okay, so stand up, take breaks, keep moving. You can keep marching on spot. You can go on toes, stretching your calf muscle. You can squeeze your buttocks. Just squeeze your buttocks. Now see, there are various strengthening exercises for glutes, but today we are just going into the quick fix which one must keep doing when we keep working at home. Okay? You can even stand. Maybe you can just do some butt kicks. That's kicking your leg backwards. Very important. As I told you, the pelvic tilt. So this is the movement. Keep moving the pelvis. Just rock it. Front, back, right? So these are important things that one can do. Now there are stretches that you need to follow on a very regular routine. Now what happens that when we sit, we basically are always forward. We are hunched forward. We are moving forward. So our shoulders are always internally rotated. So when we are internally rotated, our chest is always tight. We don't realize it because we are breathing, we are moving, so we don't really go into these small things. But when the chest muscles become tight, the breathing starts getting altered. When breathing is altered, you have to understand that oxygenation to your muscular system is going to be less. If it's less, your functionality, your effectiveness will definitely go low. So you have to make sure that what we call as the thoracic spine, which is the mid-back area. So the mid-back area is right here. Stretching of this area regularly is very, very important. This has to be done on a daily basis. Never forget it. So how would one do on a regular basis and not really stepping out and exercising and doing special exercises for that? Say if I'm sitting on the chair, one, I can just push my hand forward, backward. Okay, so let me show you a side. So if I'm on my desk, okay, I can give myself a break, check on my posture, okay, do a chin tuck, just keep moving my pelvis backward, forward, squeeze my buttocks, okay, stretch out my hand, and just from the mid-back, I push it back, forward, back, open my chest, close, open, close, open, close. Remember, don't do this movement from the low back. This is not what we are doing. We are doing the mid back. And a very important exercise which should be done regularly. Alright? Second way that you could do this, right, is hold on to one leg. Just keep holding on to one leg. Same thing, open the chest. Imagine the chest bone here being opened up. Yeah? And again squeeze in. Open up, squeeze in. Open up, squeeze in. Right? So this is one thing that you can manage. You can try doing regularly. Okay? Now, one very important movement, if you just keep your elbows at 90-degree position, right? 90-degree, that's my arm and my forearm. Keep opening up. Just keep opening up, so you will open up this tissue. Now, this tissue gets tight because you're always like this, typing, writing, you're always forward. You need to open up. If you open up the tissue, your chest area also opens up. You breathe better, right? So make it a routine that you can just keep on stretching this out. It's a very simple exercise. Your elbows tucked in completely, so they are locked at the trunk area. And now open up, right? So you might feel some restriction initially, but keep on working on it. Be there, take deep breaths. So allow your chest to open up. You'll feel you can breathe better. Your attention span is going to definitely improve with this. Now, if you are sitting on your chair, simple rotation of the spine, place one hand behind and just rotate. Just rotate. This is again, it's going to help your neck as well as your thoracic area. In between sitting position, you can slowly just bend down. Allow your head also to fall so that the neck is being stretched with the help of gravity. Now, when you are doing bending forward, remember, if you have conditions like slip disc or any of those, or you have a nerve impingement or any pain going through the hand or the leg, you need to consult your doctor before doing this. Don't just do it. But this is definitely safe, that if you go very gradual, you might not bend completely. Just bend and open the mid back out. Then you can go a little more deeper and start stretching the low back area too. Right? So these are some very important things that I will want you to do. Now, apart from that, 2-3 more stretches that I would like to include. When we work, we don't think about our finger area. But remember, if too much of tension in the fingers continue, on the forearm area continues, then this leads to a lot of problems like carpal tunnel syndrome. You'll have tingling sensation in the hand. You might have some form of, you know, like tingling sensation. You might have numbness. You may have different things which you are not aware, and it might be leading to a repetitive injury, right? So in between, keep on stretching. So both ways you need to stretch. The upper part of your forearm and the lower part also, by stretching your palm area. Then in between, keep on doing your wrist circles, yeah, in both the directions. This is one thing that one must follow. If you're sitting, you can hold on to the chair, the other side. Just give a gentle stretch, but a stretch here. So you need to hold on to the chair. If you just leave it loose and you stretch, it's not actually achieving what you want. So hold on to the chair and stretch out. Hold on to the chair and just stretch out your neck. Same thing, hold on again. Turn to 45 degrees. Your chin should face 45 degrees, and then you're going to stretch. So this is turning to the opposite side. So you're holding onto the chair, rotate to the 45-degree angle and stretch. You can find any corner, okay? So maybe this, and stretching out the front of the chair, chest becomes very important. So find a corner, maintain the stretch, breathe. Just breathe. Now as you stretch, you can just stretch forward, look upwards. So this will help the shoulder muscles which are tight because of this position. So they will help you to stretch it out. Now one more thing very important which should not be missed. Because you're sitting, you must realize that you are at a 90-degree here. That means the hip flexor. Flexor is what helps you kick forward, right? These muscles are in a shortened position. So they are getting tight. So on a daily basis, before they start giving you a problem, you need to stretch them out. So how could you do that? You just need to go down. Okay, I shall just shift the position so that you can see, because this is very important for you to understand. Okay. Sorry. Now this is one very important position. Yeah. So this is one position that you have to understand. Okay. I'm on both my knees right now. I take one leg forward, and from here I stretch. So this is my hip flexor and I stretch it forward. Now the mistake is that you see people doing a lot of hip flexor stretch like this, not realizing it's the low back that you're straining. So you maintain this, focus here. Okay? I don't know if you can see me clearly. Just focus here, open out, open out, open out this area. Just elongate from here. Now squeeze your buttocks. See, squeeze your buttocks. Maintain the squeeze. Take it forward, take it back. Take it forward, take it back. Squeeze, forward, back, forward, back. So this is something which I would definitely want each one of you to practice on a very regular basis. So these are very simple tips because we are running short of time. We don't have so much of time that we could, cover up a lot of strengthening work. But I thought these were some quick fixes that one should incorporate. Now the last one which I would want you to know is never forget your eye exercises. We never bother to think about what's happening to our eye muscles. But there are studies, if you have weak eye muscles, your muscular activity gets affected. Your athletic activity gets affected. Attention span gets affected. So, simple exercise which one should do, just keep both hands. Keep moving your eyes from the left to the right, up and down, diagonal. So this is a very simple way to just work on most of the muscles which get fatigued throughout the day. So I hope these tips were a little helpful to you, and if you would want to know more about it, definitely you can reach out. I'm always there to help you out. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope you follow these tips, and I hope you will be benefited with that. Thank you so much.